Hi, this is Michael from BetterTOEFLScores.com. Today I'm giving you a complete TOEFL Integrated Writing practice test. You'll get a 500-word reading passage, a 1,000-word lecture, expert tips, skill-building exercises, and a full 300-word sample response. So here we go. Pause the video to read this passage about the benefits of urban green spaces. Spend about 3 minutes. Remember to get the key points. You're looking for 3 key ideas here. Now listen to a lecture about the challenges and limitations of urban green spaces. While urban green spaces are often praised for their benefits, there are significant challenges and limitations that question their overall effectiveness. First, their environmental impact is often overstated. The cooling effects of green spaces are usually localized. A few trees or a small park cannot lower the temperature of an entire city, especially if the surrounding areas are filled with heat-absorbing concrete and asphalt. Also, while plants can improve air quality, the effect is minimal in high-traffic urban zones where car emissions outweigh the filtration capacity of urban vegetation. Second, the assumption made that green spaces foster social engagement isn't always accurate. In some neighborhoods, public parks are underused due to safety concerns, poor maintenance, or lack of inclusive programming. Green areas in affluent neighborhoods may thrive, but those in lower income areas are often neglected, leading to unequal social benefits. Furthermore, some urban development projects have even displaced marginalized communities in the name of greening the city. Third, while some health benefits have been reported, it's unclear whether the green space is the actual cause. Healthier people may already choose to live near parks or natural settings. Also, a view of trees from a hospital window might be calming, but that's not a substitute for quality health care. And while greenery may help students focus, it's difficult to isolate that variable from others like teaching quality or parental support. In conclusion, although green spaces can be helpful, we must critically examine how and where they're implemented. We cannot assume they are a cure-all for urban problems without considering their limitations and potential negative consequences. You now have 20 minutes to write an essay that summarizes the points made in the lecture and explains how the speaker casts doubt on the points made in the reading. I've included the listening script in the video description below this video. Here are 3 tips to help you score 25 points or higher. Take notes strategically. Write down the reading's 3 main points, then listen for how the lecture counters each one. Use transitions clearly. Phrases like in contrast, however the speaker argues, shows the reader how ideas conflict. Do not copy word for word. Paraphrase to show your language range and to avoid plagiarism penalties. To boost your skills, try these. Reading. Summarize academic articles in 3 sentences. Listening. Watch TED Talks and write outlines from memory. Writing. Write 20-minute summaries of lectures versus articles. Note-taking. Practice Cornell note style with academic content. Here is a sample writing response based on the most important information in the reading and the listening passages. This would get a score of 30 out of 30. The reading passage explains the various benefits of urban green spaces, including environmental improvements, increased social engagement, and better health outcomes. However, the lecture challenges each of these points, arguing that the actual impact of green spaces is often overstated. First, while the reading claims that green spaces cool cities and clean the air, the lecturer points out that these effects are limited. She argues that the cooling benefits are only local, not citywide, and that pollution levels in heavy traffic areas are too high for vegetation to make a significant difference. Second, the reading suggests that parks foster stronger communities. In contrast, the speaker notes that in many areas, especially poorer neighborhoods, parks are underused due to poor maintenance or safety concerns. Moreover, she highlights how some greening projects have displaced vulnerable communities, undermining the social benefit. Finally, the reading mentions health benefits such as reduced stress and better recovery in hospitals. The lecturer, however, questions the causality of these claims. She explains that healthier individuals might already choose greener neighborhoods and that a nature view isn't equivalent to proper medical care. In conclusion, while the reading is optimistic about urban green spaces, the speaker presents a critical perspective showing that the benefits are not as widespread or certain as claimed. If you want more TOEFL practice like this and personalized feedback on your writing, check out my $99 a month speaking and writing feedback service at bettertoeflscores.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave your practice response in the comments below. Let's see how you did.